Hello everyone, my name is Salim and welcome to the Markets Breakdown Analysis for Friday, the 3rd of November 2023. We'll be breaking down chart on the exact zones where price will close both potential buys or close below for potential sells as well. So looking at the daily candle for Thursday, the daily has been ranging overall, respected the Wednesday daily high and also respected the Wednesday daily low as well. And usually we can tell by the size of the candle, more likely the daily has been ranging within the low time frame. As we can see when you drop down to the 4-hour time frame, you can clearly see price ranging within these levels. And now looking at the daily, obviously the quick recap on the weekly, actually the weekly seems to be respecting the previous weekly high, and this is something we have anticipated early in the week for a potential resistance to be formed on a weekly time frame, simply because we have a strong weekly resistance, we have a rejection on the left on the weekly time frame as well, and also that will allow the new monthly candle to retrace to form a bottom wick if there was going to be a continuation to the upside. And yes, now to break down the chart, looking at the daily, more likely the daily will be closing doji bullish. Drop it down to the 4-hour time frame, and what we can see here is we have the most recent 4-hour support formed around 1981.100. The most recent 4-hour resistance formed around 1988.900. Drop it down to the hourly time frame. Now we have a new level of resistance on the hourly, and that was formed around 1986. And then the same level of support as well. Looking at the 30-minute time frame as well, we have another level of support actually at 1980-200. Same level of resistance. Looking at the 15-minute time frame, this seems to be a new range, but the only problem is if we were looking for, let's say if we were looking for buys above this level, we're not really allowing for price to have enough range to consolidate before breaking out of the range. So to identify the no trade zone and to look for potential buys first, I would say ideally is to wait for price to break and close above this 4-hour resistance, above 19, let's say 1990 actually, because there is an hourly resistance within this level. So potential buys could be above 1990-400, above this 1-hour resistance, meaning price will be breaking and closing above this 4-hour resistance as well, and the hourly as well. And for potential sells, now here's the thing. This, based on the 4-hour time frame, ideally is to wait for price to break and close below 1977. But when it dropped down to the hourly time frame, we can see that we have an opportunity for price to retest this hourly support. So maybe what we could do here is look for potential sells below 1981-100. And this is going to be the no trade zone. And now to look for potential buys. Now going back to the daily. The first thing we can see is we've had this daily resistance around 2006-700. Drop it down to the 4-hour time frame. We have a 4-hour resistance formed around 2000. Zooming in, and this is still a big range, so let's see if we can identify anything. So look, dropping down to the hourly time frame, and what we can see here is we have this previous 1-hour support formed around 1995-600. This could be a potential first target, I would say. As we can see, I would say the first target for buys could potentially be 1995-600, targeting this hourly support formed on the 31st of October 2023. The second target for buys, again, let's put again another line at this daily resistance around 2005. Drop it down to the 4-hour time frame. We have a 4-hour resistance formed around the 2000s. And then we're looking on the hourly. We do have an hourly resistance in here, but the only issue is this seems to be a fake out on the hourly, because what we can see here within this level is price have been ranging, and then we've had this hourly candle closing above this range. Then the following one broke above this high, retraced and closed back in the range, and obviously price pulled back. I would say the second target would be at 2000, targeting this 4-hour resistance. And now to look for potential sells, and going back to the daily, the first thing we can see actually here and anticipate is for price to retest this daily support formed around 1972-800. Drop it down to the 4-hour time frame. Of course, we have this messy range on the 4-hour time frame around 1977. We also have this 4-hour support at 1978. But dropping down to the hourly time frame, we have this decent hourly support formed around 1974-700. Looking at the 5-minute time frame. Now, yes, so this could be really messy based on the 30-minute and the 50-minute time frame. I would say we could have a first target at 1974,700 targeting this hourly support, but we need to pay attention to how price will react once price tap into this previous 30-minute support, because obviously the anticipation is to see price retracing on the weekly, breaking down on the daily, and allowing for price to retest this hourly support. And now to look for the second target for sells. And now the first thing we can see is, I would say, the weekly low, this weekly low here. Let's just adjust this again. Yes. So we have the current weekly low formed around 1970. Drop it down to the daily time frame. Again, that's the same level. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, now we have this 4-hour support area. We have this rejection on the 4-hour time frame as well. Looking at the hourly time frame, we have this previous 1-hour support formed around 1970. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, however, we have this range again. I would say the second target for sells could potentially be in 1970, targeting this 4-hour. What is it again? I'd say the second target for sells could potentially be in 1970, targeting this 4-hour support, which is also the current weekly low as well.
Dominion Markets, your trading sanctuary.